Hi there, I'm Josef Botnar. Welcome to another C++ video tutorial. In this C++ video tutorial, I'm going to talk about array. A variable can hold only one value at a time. In return, an array can hold a group of values, all of the same type. That means an array is a collection of variables which can store a group of values, all of the same type. So let's go ahead to make an example. So this is the general form to declare an array. You must declare first the type of an array, in my case integer because I used this keyword int, followed by the name of the array, in my case numbers, and this square brackets which has inside a number, a value, in my case 5, which represents the elements of this array. So this array has 5 elements. In the same time, this value 5 inside the square brackets represents, together with the square brackets, the dimension of this array. In this example, this array is a one-dimensional array. That means an array can have one or more dimension. If I add here another square bracket and I am going to write inside another value, for example 6, this array becomes a two-dimensional array. But let's remove this and I'm going to stay for a one-dimensional array. So again, in my example, this declaration of an array is one-dimensional array because I use just one index value. In the same time, each element of an array has allocated a position within an array. Each position will start with 0 and will be finished by the number of elements, in my case 5 minus 1. That means 5 minus 1, 4. So the elements, the 5 elements of this array will be allocated on those positions which will start with 0, and will be finished by 4. So let's go ahead with this example. Here I'm going to write this cout object, which will display in console this text, enter a number. In the same time, this cout is very useful to write the elements of an array in console. And the next lines, I'm going to write this cin object, which will read each element of this array. Actually, I use this object cin to initialize this array numbers. Okay, let's copy and paste a few times because this array has 5 elements, so I'm gonna to do 4 paste in addition, yeah, and each this number which I'm typing now inside the square brackets represents position of each element of an array. So this array will be started with position 0 and will be finished with positions 4. Each element will be read by this object c. Okay, so let's display in console the value of the values of this array. Each value of this array using this object cout. Okay, I'm gonna to copy and paste a few times this line. Okay, I'm gonna to replace this 0 with each position of this array. And here I'm going to write end line because I want the cursor in console to go to another line. Okay, So let's compile this example, and let's release this example in console. Okay, I'm going to type each element of this array. Let it be 10, 5, 4, 6, and 8. Enter. So here we go. These numbers are the values of numbers array. The array can be written in console using a cout object. Could be read in console using a cin object. But I'm going to go to debugging because I want you to see how the array is organized in computer memory. So I go over here, debug, start debugging. So let's type the elements of array. Enter. Go back over debug and click step over. Okay, again step over, and now here you go. Enter the elements of the array. Enter. Click step over, step over, step over, step over. Now in this moment each element of this array was read by compiler. So I go over here in locals, down here in Visual Studio 2017, and click on this arrow, and now you can see how the array is organized in computer memory. On the left side we have the position of an array. As you've been told, this array numbers has 5 elements, so each position will start with 0 and will be finished number of elements -1, so 4. And on the right side we have the values of this array, represents the values which this array was assigned or was initialized. So for position 0 correspond value 20. For position 1 correspond value 5, and so on. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye.